At 38 years old, I've given myself 18 months to learn how to ride motocross and to get into the best shape of my life in order to compete in Transworld's Ultimate Amateur Series. From my home in Southern California, I will begin my career as a total novice. I'm talking falling off the turnip truck noob. I couldn't tell you anything about motocross except that it makes you feel like king of the world. It's an MX guide for dummies. It's the rookie meets rad, but it's about motocross and not BMX. And it's nothing like Nitro Circus because I have absolutely no idea what the hell I'm doing. This is simply about what it takes for one man having a midlife crisis to prepare for competitive racing. So the question is, will this jackass make the gate at Glen Helen? Or will I end up in a body cast? This is MX Yoga. Before we kick this over, it needs to be acknowledged that motocross is an inherently dangerous sport. It's stupid dangerous. This is more of an example of what not to do, so please do not attempt anything that you see in this video unless you have professional instruction or are on a closed course and have a pile of money you want to burn. So to catch up from last episode, I covered 11 riding days in 6 weeks. And through a combination of Amish workouts and distance running, I was able to shed over 20 pounds and 5 seconds from my lap time. I started riding with more experienced riders, and they helped me break through some walls that had been blocking my path. And that got me to the main in 31 days. A lot faster than I even thought was possible. In the last 4 months, I probably drank more water than I had in the prior 4 years. So I'm over it.
Gatorade not only quenches your thirst better, it tastes better too, idiot.
You're drinking the wrong water.
Gatorade.
H2O.
Water sucks. It really, really sucks. Water sucks.
No, stop
it
saying
really,
that.
really
You don't mean that.
sucks.
You're bad people.
But if I want to stay on the bike, I gotta stay hydrated. So I gotta deal with it. And that meant I had to find a new way to drink the water. Fortunately, my wife bought this Define bottle where you can basically just cut up fresh fruits and it fuses with the water. My favorite is pineapple, which has a natural electrolyte in it, so it's basically like nature's Gatorade. With only a few more riding days before Slamfest, I get dosed with the next tidbit of knowledge. And that's step 13. Wait a second, I'm a baseball player. We're superstitious. Step 14. I'm not going to get fast until I'm playing the right song in my head.
Hello? Hello? Anybody home?
Seriously, motocross is all about finding the right rhythm on the course. And depending on the layout of the track, you need to find the right tempo to flow consistently, which brings a whole new level of respect to those that actually know how to ride, like the Milestone assassin, Supercross rider Nick Schmidt. For the last 4 months, I've listened to Reiki Sequas talk about how things slow down as things get faster. And now I'm finally starting to experience it. Fear and failure are no longer even options to consider. Relying solely on trust and training and a few quick prayers at the controls, I have to void myself of thought and focus like a laser at the lines coming at me. Any deviation from that mindset could be disastrous. Feeling pretty good about myself because I hadn't tasted dirt in a while, and I get humbled with the most challenging step so far. Step number 15. If you aren't falling, you aren't going fast enough.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
So right as I'm starting to get comfortable on the bike, I'm faced with mentally a very uncomfortable reality, but it's something I'm going to have to hold off on until after my stress test at Slamfest. Otherwise, the likelihood I end up as a yard sale dramatically increases. A week from Showdown, I traded the running for the mountain bike so I could safely push some limits within the safety of Caroline Park. If I'm going to survive this sport, I got to program the flight out of my fight or flight response.
Shoot the wings off the flies.
On 3. Either you shoot or I do. One. Two.
I can't even see them!
It's impossible.
A lot of things for you weren't possible before today.
Slamfest is finally here. It's like all my Christmases rolled up into one, or at least that's what my stomach feels like. For 4 months I've been running pretty hard, but it's been on an empty course. So now I need to find out what it's like to run in traffic. I've got 3 objectives. Objective number 1, I want to be one of the first ones out on the course while it's freshly groomed so I can really work on my line selection. Number 2, I'm going to do a session when there's heavy traffic so I can get a sense of how I'm going to react when I've got people to the left, right, in front of me. And number 3, I need to do a session after the course has been chewed and rutted up by everybody else out there. With all of the insight and knowledge that's been shared with me over the last year of research and 5 months of heavy riding and training, I kind of have to dig deep to fight back the adrenaline and anxious anticipation. And so I focus intensely on one of the greatest motivational speeches of my childhood.
Our parents, they want the best of stuff for us. But right now they gotta do what's right for them. 'Cause it's their time. Their time. Up there. Down here, it's our time. It's our time down here.
I don't really remember much beyond a few key things, but after looking at review, I dropped into the course and realized I was in shark-infested waters. I immediately started working on my breathing, and after a few moments, was starting to find my practice groove. Beyond that, it's all kind of a blur. What I can tell you is that this is the first time in a long time I felt at peace. I was at one with the bike, with the course, and everyone around me. It was essentially the first time I'd experienced MX yoga beyond an obscurely referenced concept, and it was awesome. So it looks like I've had my last ride day of 2015 because I only got in 3 more ride days before 911 became in serious need of attention. With the holidays fast approaching, there's no way I'm going to be able to spend extra money on the bike. And I have no idea when I'm going to be able to get to Dave so he can work his magic. All I can hope is that the recent experiences are enough to carry me through this downtime so I don't lose any ground. See you next one.